The call came late in the afternoon. A trembling voice on the phone said, "There's a kitten trapped in a drainpipe on the rooftop. It's been crying for 3 days." I dropped everything and rushed to the address. When I arrived, the building was eerily quiet. The only sound was a faint, broken cry thin as a thread, almost lost beneath the hum of the wind. The pipe ran from the rooftop of a 7-story building all the way down to the ground, narrow, cold, and twisting at the bottom. The residents told me the mother was a stray cat who had given birth inside a hollow wall. One day, she carried her kitten up to the roof and the baby must have slipped, falling straight down the vertical drainpipe. I pressed my ear against the wall. The sound was weak but real, labored breathing. Faint scratching. Somewhere deep inside that pipe, a tiny creature was still fighting for life. It had been 3 long days. Most people had already lost hope. Even I, after 7 years of cat rescues, felt something tighten in my chest. But as long as I could still hear that little cry, I knew I couldn't walk away. We started clearing the area around the lower part of the pipe. The space was filled with thick mud, rusty metal, and soggy debris. My friend and I took turns digging and scraping with makeshift tools, steel rods, wooden spoons, even a broken umbrella handle. Every movement had to be precise. One wrong jab and we could injure the kitten trapped inside. Night began to fall. The light from our flashlights flickered off the damp walls like tiny stars. Beside me, my friend's girlfriend knelt with a can of wet food, whispering softly, "Hang on, little one. We're coming for you." Metal scraped against concrete, clang, clang, clang. Each sound echoed like a heartbeat. Then suddenly, we heard a faint rustling from deep inside the pipe. I grabbed my flashlight, switched to the phone camera, zoomed in, and there they were, 2 small eyes, wide open, staring straight into the light. Eyes filled with fear and a desperate will to live. The kitten wasn't moving, but it was still breathing, still waiting. My hands shook. "He's alive. He's still in there," I shouted. We widened the opening just enough to slip in a soft cord tied to a stick. Slowly, carefully, I pushed it in, trying to reach his body. The first attempt failed. The second time, the kitten bit the rope weakly, but it was a bite. That was all the proof we needed. "He's fighting," I whispered. "He still wants to live." We began clearing the rust faster, making space for him to crawl. Every second felt like an hour. Then, after what felt like forever, I saw him start to move. At first, just a twitch, then a small pull, then, inch by inch, he began crawling upward. 1 step, 2, 3. His little body slid through the grime, trembling but determined. He was climbing toward life, and then a tiny head appeared at the pipe's opening. For a moment, the world stopped. Then the crowd erupted in cheers. "He made it!" Someone cried. Another person wiped away tears. I reached out and lifted him gently. He was so cold, his fur soaked through, his body shaking uncontrollably. I pressed him to my chest, feeling the faint rhythm of his heart, fragile but beating strong. He opened his mouth and let out the softest meow I'd ever heard. That one sound was worth everything. We rushed him to the nearest veterinary clinic. The vet examined him and said, "He's severely hypothermic, but lucky no internal injuries." If he'd been a few hours later, he wouldn't have made it. Relief washed over me like a wave. That night, we dried him, gave him fluids, and wrapped him in warm blankets. For the first time in days, he fell into a deep, safe sleep. The next morning, he opened his eyes and reached his tiny paw toward me as if to say thank you. The woman who had called for help earlier arrived with us. We took him back to the rooftop, just in case his mother was still nearby. She opened the carrier and called softly, "Mimi, Mimi!" And then, from across the roof, a mother cat appeared. Eyes wide, tail trembling, she ran straight toward the sound. She circled the carrier, meowing frantically, rubbing her face against the metal door. Inside, the kitten reached out his paw, trying to touch her. For a moment, no one spoke. Some people wiped tears quietly. A family had just been reunited against all odds. Now, both mother and baby are safe at our rescue center. They have soft beds, warm lights, and food. They don't have to fight for .as for me. I stood on that rooftop for a long time after we sealed the drain and fixed the wall. The air smelled faintly of rain. I thought about how fragile life can be, and how fiercely it still fights to exist. Every cry for help deserves to be heard. Every small heartbeat deserves a chance. So please, before you start your car or close a drain, take a moment to look. Tap your hood, check the pipes, because somewhere out there, in a cold, forgotten corner, a tiny life might still be waiting for someone just like you to notice.